In my absence, the Legion held together because of you. Right. All I did was hold on to a heavy past. But you're different. You're building a future. You've grown stronger than I ever imagined, and you've walked a path I couldn't see. I thought pushing you away, facing every danger alone, that was the best way to protect you. You're right. I've been a prisoner of the past. 10 years ago, I failed the family. I let you drift alone. That guilt gnawed at me like a venomous snake. Every day. I built the Legion, claiming it was for revenge. But it was a penance. A sacrifice to atone. But you showed me another way. A path that actually leads forward. The Cecilias are being reborn through you. And because of you, so am I. I, Victor Orlov, hereby vow on my life and honor that my loyalty belongs once more to the Cecilia family until my last breath. My boss. Our plan is called castling. You're right. The port and the ship were just the opening moves. Remember the intel the comms team nearly died for? It wasn't just a route chart. It was the specific communication code for the Brandy 2. Our real target is on that ship. Alberto Daclia. The true power behind the Daclia family. Alberto found a way to survive. For 10 years, he's been in the shadows, never stopping his work on the tier. Look at this. The 3rd generation Emerald tier, more potent, built on the same tech, even showing his obsessive refinements. Not something Rosas could do. Then there's Silvio. A mind like his, why serve a puppet? Unless his loyalty was never to the man on stage. He isn't even in Melania. He's on a ship, traveling between Notus and Santa. A vessel at sea, no fixed position, the perfect mobile fortress and lab. Operation Castling is essentially a decapitation strike on Alberto. Exactly. From my past understanding, nothing can force Alberto's hand. He's unpredictable, brilliant, a master strategist with layers upon layers. Family ties won't move him. He doesn't care about Rosas. Wealth can't sway him. He can always make more Tyr. I doubt power over the family is even his end goal. Use the only thing he can't resist. A challenge to his life's work. A refutation of his core belief. I'll send him Sergei's final thesis, proving the Tyr and gemstone biotech are fundamentally flawed. A dead end. Of course, it's a total fabrication. I don't have Sergei's secret notes. I'm using an academic trap he can't ignore to force a face-to-face meeting. It's a gamble, but I'm betting his curiosity for truth outweighs his caution. The meeting point is here, the wreck site of the Brandy, a place with deep meaning for him and for Cecilia. You see right through me. The real kill shot in castling is a system called the Thunder Matrix. Its foundation comes from research notes by the Sicilia's former general, Salvatore. His theories on using technology to engineer an artificial storm. The Legion will deploy the Thunder Matrix in the waters around the meeting point. It's a high-powered discharge system, integrated into an array of seabed mines. Using a specialized core, it links hundreds of Desirites into an energy network across the seabed. A single trigger point can amplify the discharge into a chain storm, covering the entire zone. Once activated, that stretch of ocean won't be a battlefield. It'll be a thunderstorm of our own making. A purgatory. Yes. If all goes to plan, when he steps into the trap, the Matrix activates, creating a thunderstorm field that gives me the ultimate advantage. That's the moment. If things go wrong, I'll use my own heart to ignite a blast that vaporizes everything in that sea. A last resort. It's the most effective path. My life was a debt owed from 10 years ago. I understand. But this is our only chance. Vincent has already sent the invitation to the Brandy II, as planned. My move is made. Ordinary traps, snipers, assassins. He and Silvio have accounted for them all. He always has a contingency. Using reasonable means against him, the odds are low. I must do something completely unreasonable. Something so insane it's beyond Alberto and Silvio's rational calculations. Just like how Alberto used an outrageous method to outmaneuver your mother, Federica. To kill him, you need the extreme.
If this is another basic post-op question, I suggest you read the manual I left. The new cardiac device has 278% better synergy with Desirites than the old model. Energy output is stable, with an exceptionally high peak tolerance. The initial activation shock, yes, his body should withstand it. But maintaining it is another story. It will continuously drain his life force to recharge. You'll burn like a candle. The rate depends on the matrix's scale and your control precision. As for survival, if you mean the odds of his heart not exploding after the operation, based on current data, it's about 60%. If you mean survive in perfect health, that's beyond the scope of my calculations. I'm not a genie. I can only say the General has the hardware to execute this maneuver, along with a massively high risk of death.
That will do. What? Absolutely not. It's too dangerous. Correct. Once activated, the Matrix will disrupt most electronics and communications, and create visual and energy barriers. It will become our domain.
General, my lady, the Brandy II has responded. The reply reads, "Invitation accepted. The coordinates are set for the shipwreck site."
This coded message reeks of an obvious trap. There's no logical reason for the boss to trust it. The General's actions defy standard logic. His motives are opaque. It's a message for the boss. Let him be the judge. The board must be reassessed.
General, reporting an anomaly. Our transmitted message was intercepted. However, the interceptor didn't block it. They let it pass through to the Brandy 2. Could this be a counter-trap of some sort?
Perhaps the interceptor fails to grasp Alberto's obsessive curiosity for the so-called truth. Our plan isn't sophisticated. It simply lands in a blind spot of Silvio's omni-sight. His emotional detachment causes him to underestimate the danger of actions driven by obsession and madness. Furthermore, as instructed, we sent a second message to the Daclias, one they cannot ignore. The die is cast. Since Alberto has accepted the invitation, we'll meet at the shipwreck.
Understood, boss.
Vincent, report our course.
General, 74 kilometers to the destination. Current speed 15 knots, accounting for crosswinds, ETA 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Urgent! Quinsburg HQ is under attack by Cesare and his elites. First defensive line is breached.
Cesare reached Quinsburg earlier than I projected. Silvio's tactical focus should be the naval encirclement. Why is he allowing Cesare to split forces and strike our rear? Quinsburg houses the Legion's families. We cannot lose it, even if we must abandon the port.
Reinforcements! They're here! They're not Legion, but they've halted Cesare's advance.
Victor, we've got Quinsburg. You just keep your eyes on that old fox at sea. Boss had us deployed here to set up defenses long before you even called for backup. Well, I'm gonna pound a dent into that tin can Cesare calls armor.
Roger that. Quinsburg is in your hands. Thank you.
The general's still wounded. His forces are scattered. Time to trash their stronghold.
Cesare, you are violating direct orders. You should not be in Quinsburg.
Silvio, trust me on this. Once I take Quinsburg, the general will come crawling back, even if it kills him. The men the General sent back aren't even here yet, and I'm already standing on his doorstep. No one saw this coming. Not even you.
12 o'clock, 5-man squad. Leader's a lefty with flashbangs on his belt. Red gloves, they're yours.
All right. You're the boss's pick for commander. The next time, nobody, spare me the lefty detail. Makes me sound like a rookie.
Wolf, 3 men, low wall, 30 meters ahead to the right. Gardner, you have covering fire for the left front sector. Tic-Tac, restrict enemy movement, now!
Infiltrated enemy tactical channel. Broadcasting fake command. The general is recovered and leading the main force back. Their comms officer is suspicious. Activating Plan B. Playing synthesized clip of Silvio's voice. Retreat immediately. Operation is compromised.
Kitchen's closed. Staff only.
The scent of victory.
General of the Sicilias. A full decade. You possess more patience than I credited. It seems I overestimated time and underestimated your loyalty.
My loyalty was forged the day you raised your blade. It was never meant to be sheathed again.
These waters that swallowed your former family do serve as a fittingly symbolic stage, I suppose. Sergei's manuscript is a forgery. I know. Your thesis on the Emerald Tier's foundational flaw is riddled with holes. But to use academic debate as bait, your insight into my thirst for knowledge is surprising. I admit, I'm even somewhat impressed.
You're an executioner, drenched in blood, hiding behind a scholar's robes. The facade is transparent to all.
Behold, General, look upon my work. This iteration of the Emerald Tier has brought me to the threshold, a door to evolution for all mankind, one that requires no key. I will make the power of the Shadowborn accessible to every ordinary person. Is that not the ultimate mercy? The grandest evolution?
You call it evolution? Testing on living subjects, catalyzing desire, creating monsters? You trample on the most fundamental dignity of life.
Dignity? Oh. A moral shackle from a bygone era. True power never concerns itself with what lies beneath its feet. I have never sought the right or wrong answer. I seek the very boundary of possibility. The Emerald Tier. So what if it is flawed, as you claim? What if it leads to ruin? Ruin itself is the most exquisite data, a necessary step toward the next stable form. Just as you stand here now, driven by something as primal as vengeance. What a fascinating specimen you are. You fight for the past, for petty grievances. I have long since transcended such limited dimensions. Where you see sin, I see progress.
A future you define, you curate, stripped of all humanity. That isn't evolution. It's tyranny. If your power means becoming mindless puppets in your lab, then I pray humanity remains weak forever. At least we would retain the right to choose what we fight for, weep for, and die for.
So tedious talking to a stubborn relic like you.
Honestly, I held out a sliver of hope. I thought you might grasp the scope of my work. Perhaps even assist. A man of your caliber should be at my side, building a legacy. That failing heart of yours? With the Emerald Tier, I could have mended that too. You didn't have to end your story here today.
So it was you who had my cardiac device sabotaged all those years ago.
Well, you are one of the Cecilia's greatest assets. Removing you is simply prudent. Enough. To the matter at hand. Is the key of lust truly in your possession?
It is.
Rain. The symbol of lust. So you've had the key of lust all along. No wonder I could never find it. Are you the one who closed off the Nether Gate in Terra?
If you want it, come and take it. You want the key. I want your life. This battle is inevitable. Now, try and test your evolution against the judgment of the past.
They were ordinary people once. The third generation Emerald Tier gave each the potential to become Shadowborn. That is progress. A gift of equality. True, many could not bear the whispers of desire that accompany the power, and they succumbed to madness. No matter. My ability immerses them in an eternal dream. Within it, there is no pain, no doubt, only absolute loyalty to me. Now, let them dance for me in their wild trance!
Alberto, you're using them as shields? Shells stripped of their will?
Stable output, exceptional control precision. Sergei's creation remains dazzling, even half-finished. Pity it's still powered by such antiquated sentiments.
Alberto, lie down with everything you've destroyed. Thunder Matrix. Activate.
I did well? For real? Marvelous!